Alrighty, everybody. It is the Binding of Isaac Day. We slam the Discord notification. We slam the... I don't know, man. We slam that MFN like button. We slam the go live button. I wake up at 6:45 exactly. I slam my VHS copy of... Fuck is the movie? Vin Diesel. Hang on, let's pull this up. What's the... I wake up, I slam my VHS copy of... Is it something dark? The Chronicles of Riddick? Chronicles of Riddick. Every morning I wake up and open palm slam a VHS into the slot. It's Chronicles of Riddick. Right then and there, I start doing the moves alongside the main character Riddick. I do every move, and I do every move hard, making whooshing sounds when I slam down some necro bastards, or even when I mess up technique. Not many can say they escaped the galaxy's most dangerous prison. I can. I say it, and I say it out loud every day to people in my college class, and all they do is prove people in college class can still be immature jackers. I've learned all the lines, and I learned how to make myself in my apartment less lonely by shouting them all. 2 hours, including wind down, every morning. Miss Kitty, I'm in here. Hang on, my cat is yelling for me because she finished eating dinner and now it's... adorable. Set up the resting spot. What a silly cat. Every day I feed my cat at 5:55. And every day, as soon as I hit the go live button, within 5 minutes, she says, "Okay, I'm done eating dinner. I'm done eating dinner, and I need you to acknowledge me," says the cat. Which I completely understand. Anyways, what am I doing? I think I had some things to say. I could probably go on a rant or two. And after yesterday's pretty banterless stream and just constantly losing my train of thought, I was like, you know what? Let's try and do something where I just ramble. Something... This is not wine, by the way. This is a ginger beer. Non-alcoholic ginger beer. Why I'm drinking it out of a stainless steel wine glass? I thought it would... Like, that's really our only glass that we have in our home. We have coffee mugs, but I don't really want to drink soda out of a coffee mug. It's ceramic, that carbonated stuff in ceramic, nah. In stainless steel, Yeah. Also, I'm a little bit more backlit still. I'm trying to find a good spot for myself on the camera. I always realize that I need to be in, like, the corner of the room here. Do I have a... I was gonna flip my shit if there was an ant on me again. Hi, Miss Kitty. You want to come hang out? What you doing, baby? I don't know what she's doing. What does it matter? Anyways, let's play some Isaac. Did I unlock everything is hard? I think I did. You know what? Let's start with an Eden run. TNT, Aquarius. These are okay stats. Less than 1 speed is not super ideal, but who care? Oh good, my ad is about to start. Who... Man, Twitch just tilts me so much. Like, I don't make any money from it. I don't make any money from the advertisements being run. They really only make things inconvenient for everybody else that wants to watch the damn stream. And sure, I earn, like, what? I think it's 60%, technically. But as an individual, I make, like, what is it? As an affiliate and an individual, I think I'm up to, like, out of my 91 days straight of streaming, you know, I don't get a very high viewer count, really, but out of my, like, 91 days straight of streaming, I think I have made a total of, like, $4 from ads. And if Twitch is making, like, $4 from me, like, I'm obviously the service here. Like, people aren't going to the Twitch website. Well, I should clarify that. I'm essentially in, like, a Ponzi scheme where it's like, you can make money. You can make money from this. Which I don't really want to... I don't care about making money from this. I should be clear. This is not me making a rant of, like, boo-hoo, I'm not a big streamer. I don't make so much money. Woe is me for spending all of my free time to try and, like, make sense on the dollar. No, that's not the point here. I'm not here to try and, we'll say... do I want to take Gimpy? Not really. I kind of want to hold on to my HP for now. Anyways, this isn't a woe is me. I don't make any money from this. Wouldn't somebody please give me money? Wouldn't it be so nice if somebody gave me so much money? I mean, like, millionaires, millionaires, hit me up. You want somebody to banter? I'll be your banter buddy. $9,000 a session. I'll be your banter buddy for $9,000 a session. I'll do it for 3 hours a day. I'll do it exactly like this. Just for you. Just for you. If you're really that lonely and you make that much money, I too can be your banter buddy for $3,000 an hour. I'll riff with you. I'll talk shit with you. For that, I mean, for that much money, you know, I feel like a lot of people are gonna want a little bit of extra service with that. But not me. I don't offer that kind of service. I'm married. I'm happily married and have no desire to uh interfere with that. Although that kind of money, that's the kind of money that hang on. What's 9,000 times 30? I don't think we can risk that right now. 9,000 times 30? Sorry, I'm doing math on stream hard. That's like what? $270,000? Is that math right? No, that's 27. No, hang on. 3,000 times 30 is 30,000. Times that by 3, that's 90,000. No, what the hang on a second. Calculator, help me out here. 9,000 times 30. Yeah, that's 270,000. My first inclination was right. What the hell am I? I second guessed myself and I was like, but what if? But what if I do it the complete wrong way? Need to learn to trust my gut more, apparently. You know, gut, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right about some stuff. Me, I'm trying to bust a gut. You know what I'm talking about? No? Good, me neither. Anyways, any millionaires want to give me $270,000 for hanging out with them every day for a month? You can write it off as a business expense. I promise I'm worth it. No, anyways, like, I specifically log in every single day because I want to have fun. And I want to really just, like, I want to feel like I'm in control in some aspect of my life and possibly hang out with people. And also maybe, like, clip farm because I want to do video editing more and, like, learn more about myself in that front, you know? Do I think that... You know... Let's try it. It's risk versus reward, baby. Oh no, it's the spiders. I forgot that I'm on. The spiders are back. Mom, come pick me up. The spiders are back. Also the ghosts. I swear to God, these guys hit me at least once. Well, help me. Help me! You know I'm obsessed with it. Mother freaker. I'm gonna lose. No, don't think like that. Just be careful. Anyways, I don't do this for the money, but it's just frustrating that I'm the Ponzi scheme element of Twitch, which is really just like, I don't make any money from this, but for using this service, like providing this service, Twitch says, we're taking 50% of the minimal revenue you make. Times that by, you know, like 1,000 small streamers. And they still lose money on this site somehow. What the hell are they doing? Does it cost that much to do video hosting? Like, they've been trying to make money off of this website for I don't know how long now, but I swear in my entire time on Twitch, they've been like, guys, we're losing money. Please, we're so poor. Amazon is so poor as a company. If you could really just have mercy on your local billionaire. Guys, please watch our ads. If you don't watch our ads, then our service will never make a third yacht for our founder. Although the founder, like, the lore of Justin.tv and then it, like, pivoting into becoming a gaming website is fascinating stuff. Speed down. It's just fascinating stuff of just like a guy streaming in a Truman Show-esque fashion. Just to be like, hey guys, I'm just gonna hang out, and then making just an absolute ton of money, like bucket loads of cash for selling the service. Like, good for him. That's the story that I can be like, you know, at least there's some good in this world. Ooh, crawl space. What is it, my birthday? Well, maybe. It's like a mediocre crawl space. I got like 6 cents in a key. Could be worse. Could be better, but it certainly could be worse. Anyways, I use this service because it's the one that feels like the most rewarding to, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get the green guy to blow that up. Nope, never mind. Disregard. He had other plans. Oh, never mind. You know, maybe things do work out. Maybe things don't always suck on this bitch of an earth. What the fuck am I talking about? I've distracted myself like 13 times today. Since the start of the stream. This whole rant was brought to you by bitching about ads. Anyways, I use Twitch primarily. I should probably start doing YouTube streaming too, just because it's more fun that way. At least gets more potential viewership, which in turn means more potential banterers, fellow banterers, ideally. Because, like, if you go into something like this being like, I'm gonna be so rich, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna make so much money, I'm gonna be so successful, you're gonna be very, very disappointed. The thing is, you gotta temper your expectations. And you gotta understand, like, do I deserve it at this level? And I look at my stream and I go, nah. That kind of success requires a different personality B, a lot of dedication, and C, like a whole like social media team backing you up trying to like elevate your online status. And you know what? I don't need status. What I need is the idea of people being like, yeah, that Mitsend person, they're pretty cool. I've watched their stream a couple of times. I like what they do. That's really the extent of that for me. This is going to be 2 troll bombs. No? Okay. You know what? You know what? I'll take that. Where was I going with this? Anyways, I want to be I want to be your locally sourced streamer. This is stream to table content right here. Streamer to table content. AKA your besties hanging out on the couch. Everybody, it's what I would call parallel play. What we in the business would call parallel play. Not everybody needs to be talking in the group function. You just throw somebody on in the background or something on in the background, and you all just kind of appreciate being around each other. That's what I want to do. That's what I would love if I could be background noise for the group function. Why did I walk into that? I would love if I could have like 3 groups of people be like, oh, Mitz is streaming. You guys want to watch them today? No, they're playing Binding of Isaac. You know what? I'm not really feeling the Isaac today either. Unfortunately, this is the game that I have the most experience with, and therefore the banter flows. The banter flows freely. The banter must flow. You know, I haven't seen any Dune, actually. I'm pretty much aware of it exclusively, the story of it, I should say, exclusively through Knowledge Fight. Fuck. Okay. I'm okay. Its tier rate's not great. Anyways. Oh, we have Binge Eater? Binge Eater Potato Peeler is actually kind of a... If we could get a couple of speed upgrades? Yeah. I mean, speed upgrades tend to fall off the hardest towards the late game anyways. But yeah, the extent to which I know Dune is listening to Dan and Jordan on Knowledge Fight. Be like, Alex Jones is aware of Dune stuff and he loves to reference it, but he doesn't actually like understand any of the underlying premise of it. I'm going to die again because I have no tier rate and I'm terrible at dodging. I mean, that's an annoying room. Copium. But yes, oh, my streak. No, my Isaac streak. My luck down. What am I saying? Oh yeah, Dana Jordan on Knowledge Fight talking about the extent to which Alex Jones knows. Is this fucking Cursed Eye? No. No, man. Get that shit out of here. Dana Jordan Knowledge Fight. There we go. Finish the thought. Finish the thought. Finish the fight. Alex Jones doesn't know shit about Jack, but also loves to reference things like Ozymandias. That's one that my spouse and I just reference all the time. Just, it's so easy to make fun of people that, well, not people, specifically like idiot grifters. Like, not knowing how something is pronounced is fine, but getting called on it and corrected and then having an audience and an ego, so you're just like, no, I'm right, even just subtly, is kind of funny. You know, I'm gonna take the mom's box. Like, it's fine to not know something. It's as simple as that. You don't need to know things. And you don't come with the innate knowledge of anything, really. So it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to be like, actually, I'm not aware of that one. And it's a good way to judge the character of the other person saying that as well. Because if they're like, oh, you don't know that? You don't know that? You should really know that. We all have very different breadths in the gaps of our knowledge. We all are very different people with very different backgrounds. Even being raised on the same street as somebody else, you don't have a guarantee that you experience like 90% of the same things. And then, well, part of that is just like, we'll just say a failed American schooling system. I won't even say failing. There's a certain amount of maliciousness in there. Sure, give me pop. This is gonna suck. This is not gonna be good. Shit. Anyways, it's okay. Not everybody is going to know everything. You must simply accept that. And in accepting that, you can become more knowledgeable, more powerful as an individual. God damn it. I'm not playing, as one would say, very well. My dodging skills go down as the banter goes up, so be ready to run back like all of my Eden tokens, just trying and failing. But yes, it's okay to not know things. After yesterday, I'm trying not to tilt. And I feel like I'm doing an okay job. I just gotta be like, okay, well, I could have piloted that better, but it's time to... We're gonna lock back in. AKA, just send it. Send it again. I fucking hate these rooms with enemies that spawn enemies on the first floor. Oh, good! A giant cluster of egg sacs. But yeah, we don't shame people for not knowing things around here. We go, oh, you didn't know that? Okay, well, let me try and enlighten you. Or at least that's how I aspire to be. I definitely could have placed the bomb better there. This is what we call cringe fail gameplay. Concentrate for like 3 seconds, and then we can get back to bantering. Okay. Yeah, try just... it shouldn't be hard to explain to people, hey, maybe we should be compassionate and, like, not constantly trying to fill the gaping holes in our heart by trying to better ourselves. This might be a distinctly American problem. Or let's say a strongly American problem. Maybe not a distinctly. It's a very strongly American problem where it's like, I picked myself up by my bootstraps. AKA, I had a private school education and I put on this accent to disarm people. That's quite the character. Well, that's the simple country lawyer kind of like shtick, isn't it? I'm just a simple country lawyer. And I'm here to say to you, where can I get some acid? Where can a simple country lawyer such as myself get some acid? I love the dichotomy of the accent and dropping acid. That is a combined sentence. I've never done an illicit drug once in my life. Not acid though. Especially not acid. It's really just a like one of those lack of opportunity kinds of things. Not saying that I would, officer. But I mean, like, I don't care. Does it really hurt you? No? Okay. Go for it. Does it hurt other people? Yeah, fine, whatever. Are you a consenting adult? Is everybody involved a consenting adult? Yeah? Okay. Not really my business then. That's... We be out here trying to just give less of a shit in that regard. It's not really for me to dictate what others do. Trying to control other people sucks. One, it's hard. Two, like, you shouldn't be trying to control other people. I've tried to control people. I was a less healthy individual at that time. And you know what? I regret it because it's a case of free will. Who am I to dictate what other people do with their life? I can moralize and I can grandstand and be like, hey, maybe we should actually like give a shit about things, and people go, well, fuck you. Fuck you for thinking that. And all I can, yes, I am straw manning. All I can do is be like, okay, man. I'll leave it to you then. Best I can do is walk away and let you live your life. But yeah, just Uh, anyways, I would highly discourage. I can't control you, but that's kind of the thing. I'm gonna say some people want to. This is I'm. Oh, what the fuck is the song? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Why can't I remember the name of that one? We'll just chalk it up on streamer brain. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Some people want to abuse you, some people want to be abused. We have a tendency of seeking patterns that we're familiar with. Sure, what do we got? Blood Oath? Get that shit out of my face. We have a tendency for seeking patterns that we're familiar with. It's just like devil you know is more comfortable than the devil you don't. I won't say better, just more comfortable. And really, everything is kind of a creature of comfort when you think about it. Like, you can't go up to a dog and be like, hey man, you're really fat. Have you thought about doing something about it? It's just like, I like eating treat. I like to eat treats that my master gives me. It falls less on the dog and more on the owner. Much like children, Pets, like pet ownership, we really actually hang on. There's something here. We treat child ownership much like we treat pet ownership. It's like, okay, well, you're doing something very obviously harmful to your dog, but because you own it, no one else can do anything about it. No one else can say anything about it. No one else can really take charge. Like the best services we have to help with that are pretty bad in their own right. Like I've been around some social work situations, and I gotta tell you, rehoming a kid a lot harder than rehoming a dog, and rehoming a dog not the easiest process. Rehoming any animal, of course, but we're just gonna use dogs for this example. And the services, like most services, it comes down to like grassroots organization. Anything that gets bigger than the community, I feel like oftentimes has extreme issues with like actually relating to the people they're trying to help. And obviously, like, there are situations where there are good, like, very obviously, like, distinct advantages, distinct tangible gains to be had from larger processes like this, but like I just don't feel like, I will pop this. I still feel like I need the DPS. Yeah, I don't need that right now. Anyways, just try and save some damage on that room. Like, I just feel like anything that gets larger than local community organization has a tendency to go off the rails a bit, you know? Like, you get disconnected from the people that truly matter and truly are like part of that community. And again, like, this is just in my speed down. This is just in my experience and like what I've seen. Obviously, I am not a we'll say authorized source. I'm obviously not a mental health professional. I'm obviously not anybody that really, I mean, like, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. That doesn't really mean jack or shit. It means it means that I've accomplished getting a degree in a field that doesn't really make money unless you want to get like a doctorate. And girl, I don't have money to go to school. We're living in the Gilded Ages, baby. I don't have those kinds of funds. I'm paying rent and like I'm living an okay life overall, but I ain't buying a house anytime soon. Let's just say that. Let's just say I'm a person of the people. I understand how hard things are right now. I understand, like, I have a pretty good life, all things considered. But things could be better. And I really want things to be better for not just myself, but everybody around me. And that's the hardest part. Now just imagine. Bear with me here. Let's go on a simple thought exercise. Okay, imagine 100 people. Now, imagine 100 people smiling because you helped them meet their basic needs. Does that feel good? Just like let's say, for example here. Oh, no. Experimental treatment. Why you gotta do me dirty like this? Imagine 100 people that you helped, like, just distribute food to who were otherwise going to not get to eat for the next week. Well, maybe we'll just say day. Like, even just one meal. Let's say you volunteer at a soup kitchen for one circumstance. You spend, let's say, like 3 hours helping out in a kitchen. It goes all right. It's a little bit of hard work, but like, you walk away from that experience and you go, wow, that was nice. I got to see 100 people. No, get away from me, cursed eye. Anyways, imagine you go do that and everybody smiles and everybody, like, you spend those 3 hours, you get to know some people around you that you're like, I don't think we'd be friends outside of this, but they seemed like nice enough people. Just like, you don't have common hobbies. Now imagine for one moment that even like one person says, thank you. I really appreciate you showing up. Like, not even an organizer, let's say. Imagine, hypothetically, one person that's in the soup kitchen goes, thank you. I don't know what I would have done without this meal today. And you just go, oh, well, you know. Don't worry about it. You don't need to thank me. I'm just the person that showed up today, and they look at you in your eyes and they go, "No, I really mean it. Thank you for showing up." How does that make you feel? I'm proposing this hypothetical situation, and I'm getting a little misty-eyed here. As silly as that is, just imagining something as simple as that. I'm really trying not to like get too in my own head about every time I've cried in front of people. Maybe I shouldn't just trauma dump like this. um, every time I've cried in front of people, it makes me very self-conscious, but that's because I had parents that did not make me feel comfortable in expressing my emotions, so I kind of killed them for a while. Like, I'm gonna say about, I'm playing way too close to the, play way too fast and loose with my HP, considering this is like the 7th run, I think. Not 7th. This is like the 5th run that I have started with Eden, and we're a little close here. Oh, I can go blow up those not donation machines. I can go blow up those these slot machines. I wanted to say casino machines. Now that would be a very silly term. Anyways, I get a little misty-eyed thinking about the idea of somebody just like singling me out and being like, "Thank you for putting in the time and effort to improve everybody's day." Like, that's what community outreach is for. To know that you are actively helping, well, maybe not specifically for you. It's obviously to help the community, but like if you have to view it through a lens of like, yeah, everything I have to do everything for my cost benefit analysis. I'm I'm an MBA. What does that mean? I'm a parasite. AKA, I can't do anything without thinking. This is a joke, by the way. There are good MBAs out there. I haven't met them, but I think they exist. I choose to believe that they exist. Sorry, we gotta double check for tinted rocks in this room. No? Oh, okay. Anyways, continuing. If you have to view things entirely through a lens of like, what do I get out of this? Then you can at least, I can at least point you to, it'll make you feel good. It'll one, open up your experiences, broaden your horizons, and two, it'll allow you to participate in your community. And like the I shouldn't have to say it. The very obvious, hey, you're making sure that people can eat. Right? The grinding of Pyzik. True. Hi, Bo. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. After my tilt last stream, I was like, you know what? I need to play a game that I know and I can try and banter over. You're okay? You got a haircut? Hell yeah! Feel very handsome, very beau. Hell yeah. Is that why you picked that name? French, I know very little French in my time of taking French. But I do know that it's French for the masculine, French masculine, attractive, good looking, essentially. Partly. Look, I obviously I don't know what you look like, but I choose to believe that you are a beautiful soul. Also because it's the name of my very favorite Animal Crossing character. Hell yeah. The best names are chosen from a place of love. Chosen from a place of autism. Hey, hyperfixation is still love in a sort, right? Is that how that works? Hyperfixations are the purest form of love. That, I'll agree with that. It's a deep fascination. Hi, Miss Kitty. Can you see her? Are you gonna lay down on the bed? I don't think you can see her. Baby cat? Oh, yep, she's going into the nest. We love it. I love my cat. She has been on and off harassing me since before dinner, so now she has decided, actually, I'm okay with hearing you ramble about stupid bullshit. I'm gonna fall asleep to it. I'm my cat's favorite streamer. No, that's Germa. My cat fucking loves Germa. Where do I go with that bit? Hang on. The wheels are spinning here. I'm trying here. I'm trying to figure something out. Your favorite animal's favorite streamer. That's me. The gears are turning. Look, you gotta. I'm not the most quick-witted when it comes down to formulating bits. I'm a banterer. I'm better at flopping a dead fish down in front of you and being like, "This something?" Edmund McMillen might be the slop king. He's definitely the most slop coated. We don't need that anymore. I think compost is. Hang on. Let's also donate. If Edmund McMillen is the slop king, I hope to be the slop jester. That's where I want to go with this. That's where I want to be. God damn it. I want to be the slop guard. I'm the guard. I'm the slop guardian. Guardian of the slop. Slop general. Hi, General Bo, coming in. All rise for. Hey. Get out of here, Henry. Go. Showed up and my cat freaked out. Go, please. No, baby, it's okay. Okay. It's okay. I got it. No, no, no. No. Out of here, buddy. It's okay, baby. Go back to your spot. You were relaxing so nicely. No, 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 no. I see you. Come on. Okay. Sorry, one moment. Okay. Little idiot tweaking out over nothing. No, it's okay, baby cat. Go lay back down. Come on, baby. Just lay down. I got him. I'm relaxed. Yeah, big blinkies. Anyways, what was I saying? General Bow of Slop Division 6. All rise. Sorry, I'm going with American military because that's the closest thing to military that I'm familiar with. But yeah, our we have and I slop out everywhere. Whatever that means. You know, it can take a variety of meanings. Hang on, I gotta get resettled here. But yes, we have a little old lady of a next door neighbor in our complex. God damn it. And she lets her cat free roam. And, you know, I have thoughts that you should not be doing that to your cat. Specifically because they wreak havoc on local local wildlife. They are predators and they will fuck up the ecosystem just because they can. Like, they get fed at home. They don't need to be killing. But they stay killing. They gotta keep those animal instincts active. Not that they could turn them off. I have disagreements about outdoor cats, especially because I live in the countryside where we have native endangered birds. Yeah, exactly. Like, I can understand having a one neutered animal. Are you getting settled, Miss Kitty? And like, I could understand it if you're, I don't know. I don't think I could justify it really. Especially I just can't justify it actually. We have native endangered birds and endangered small mammals like water voles. Love water voles. Hell yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a water vole. Are they in the same family as like a weasel? Or am I thinking of something else entirely? Like, I'm all for preserving natural wildlife. This is a rant that I wanted to go off on yesterday specifically. But we'll work back to it. Anyways, I don't think people should have their cats outdoors because, again, they're predators. They will wreak havoc on the local ecosystem. There is, like, if you have it inside, I completely understand. Like, take your cat on a walk. Leash your cat, take it on a walk. I know that they hate the leash, but Here's the thing. Just like every other animal, you get it used to it, and they're fine with it. It's just like the new and unknown that's really the scary part. Water voles are closer to muskrats than anything. Oh, okay. You know, I think I've only seen muskrats a single time in my life. I live in a desert currently. I lived in Maryland, which is East Coast United States for the people that, for everybody that has not been inundated with the United States uh, culture, I guess. The United States is 50 separate countries, essentially, and I don't expect people to know them because they're all bullshit. Spread throughout all of Europe. They've been a big population in the UK, but they've slowly been dwindling. That always makes me sad to hear. We don't treat our local ecosystem very well, like the natural ecosystem. We create our own ecosystem, which then just becomes like everything trying to live under us. They're usually around my marshy river area. In the south, they're way, way up in Scotland. Good to know. You know, I've wanted to do a trip to the UK for a long while now. I had a buddy out in England when I essentially had a pen pal at like age 12 to like 15ish. And then I got a girlfriend and really into League of Legends, and we kind of fell out of talking, which is my fault there. League of Legends, don't, not even once. Do I really take soy milk here? You know, I have more eyes. It could be kind of interesting. I normally don't take it. This is gonna suck. Every time I take soy milk, I go, but it could be interesting this one time, and then it fucks my run. Anyways, Scotland has a fuckload of wildlife preserves. If you enjoy nature walks, you'd love it in the north near the border / in Scotland. Ugh. I have a buddy that was recently talking about how they got they had a trip to Scotland somewhat like within the last 10 years or so, and they did a bunch of hikes and stuff, and they loved it. And I was like, oh, I don't know if anybody else knows of Fandabi Dozy. Anyways, he's like a Scottish Highlands YouTuber, like outdoorsy guy. And he talks about doing various like treks through the Highlands with like authentic or mostly authentic gear. And that stuff fascinates me. Like just seeing all of the beautiful nature there, and even like the Highlands, which are, we'll say like mostly kind of desolate. Like it's a kind of a strange ecosystem. It's not one that really has a whole lot of comparable locations, like the Lochs and just all of the different different like wet flatlands, essentially, like very wet flatlands that are really hilly. Actually, no, Appalachia is kind of comparable. but it's only kind of. It's not one-to-one for sure. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I watched a bunch of videos of his and I was like, actually, it would be awesome to go visit the the Highlands and just like Scotland in general. And then like all if I'm in the UK, you know, I might as well experience all of the UK. Check out Wales, check out Ireland, which is not part of the UK, except for Northern Ireland. But hey, why did Margaret Thatcher do that shit? What's the Eric Andre quote? Do you think Margaret Thatcher fully exemplified the idea of being a girl boss? Is that the quote? I can't remember. Anyways, fuck Margaret Thatcher, fuck Ronald Reagan. I can say it because they're dead, right? Margaret Thatcher's dead, right? she's definitely dead. I'm pretty sure that I've seen stuff about that at the very least. I'm just so like I am so unsure about anything that relates to the actual real world that I'm like, Zam, I don't know history at all. My American schooling actually completely glossed over, like, specifically the last 50 years. And was like, and then Ronald Reagan happened, and everything was always happy all the time. I'm going to die. I have 7 Eden tokens still? Really? uh... You know, just send me back with another Eden. It's been an hour and I still haven't won a run. That's... Fuck you, Cursed Eye! Get out of my life! Get out of my item pool and into the garbage can. But yes, I do really want to visit like all of that region. I would love to make several visits around like the larger cities and through the countryside and just being able to be like experience UK and Irish culture and like specifically the different sects of the UK. Because let's be real, they are all like separate cultures that have been conglomerated. And like while adjacent enough, they're all fascinating. Maybe I'm just a huge anthropology head. And I just love like people. Well, I love the idea of people, I should say. Actually interacting with people, I'm like, maybe I like the idea of actually interacting with people more than I like interacting with people. Am I so wrong for that though? Yes. It's a classic case of expectation meeting reality and reality being disappointing oftentimes. Anyways, I think if I'm lucky this winter, my spouse... Ooh, free Dreamcatcher. If I'm lucky, my spouse and I will actually get to go to Europe, because my brother-in-law is French and has a place out in the countryside. So if we can save up enough money, then perhaps we can acquire... God damn it. If we save enough money, perhaps we can get out of the United States for like a couple weeks. Which would be fun. I've only been out of the country in Mexico. I haven't even been to Canada. That's one place that I do want to go. I would really like to visit Canada. I think I want to, like, I want to visit a bunch of different places. I want to go back to the Pacific Northwest. So, like, the Highway 1 type deal. Yeah, I want to go back there. I want to visit Vancouver. I want to go back to Seattle, because I did visit Seattle as part of a vacation with one of my exes. And it was a great time. We ended up visiting like rural Spokane. And I got to be like, oh wow, this area is gorgeous. Actually having trees? What? Because around here, like, I'm in high desert. And not even like the cool high desert. I'm just in... I'm in highly religious high desert. Which, let me tell you, not the most pog. What was I saying? Yeah. I want to go up to Oregon. I need to visit Portland at some point in my life. I want to visit British Columbia. I want to go visit... I want to do a bunch of hiking in all of these areas, like outdoorsy stuff. I want to experience like some gorgeous landscapes and the like. I want to go be by the ocean in that like very sort of island rich area, just because it would be fun. Like I'm somebody that if you don't have something on the horizon, I just am like, what the fuck is the point? I gotta have something I can look out to longingly. I gotta be able to look wistfully into the distance while the camera pans with the sunset off on the corner. Anyways, if I were directing my life, that's how I would do it. But I'm only kind of directing it. Anyways, we're trying to save up a bunch of money. Pinking shears is at least useful for the boss. I would really like it if we could get a deal with the devil or something. Man, they made glass shard actually useful? What the hell? Oh, goody. I think Brother Bobby sucks. I think that's a hard pass, actually. There's so many different areas that I want to visit in my life. Like, I want to do a Europe trip, and I want to do, like, a sort of hostel hopping sort of trip. Because, like, it baffles me that the United States is as large as it is and had good railways and then got rid of them in favor of the highway and like personal automobiles. Like, we can transport goods so fast now with high-speed rail. Like, just high-speed rail in general, extremely fast, extremely useful. And yet we're still shipping shit around in the stupidest ways possible. We're burning a fuck ton of gas, trucking stuff halfway across the country, when we should just have railways there. So I look at Europe, and I look at, like, Japan, and I look at... Well, those are my two examples that I know actually have good public transit and, like, high-speed rail. Anyways, I look at them, and I'm like, what the hell are we doing here? We're really so car-pilled, and we're, like, car manufacturers here in the US suck dick. Like, just to cut through the bullshit, they just are terrible. They, like, when I'm on the roads, I'm not seeing Fords and GMCs unless it's like a truck. And even then, the trucks are like large. I made this joke in a different chat earlier. I think it's... Now, forgive me, Jinky, if you ever see this. I think it's Jinky ___ is their name. Is their Twitch username. Anyways, I know them through Turn One Forest, who's a cool guy. You should check out his content if you aren't already familiar. Anyways, Jinky was playing some GeoGuessr, and we were on a tiny road. A tiny, like, European style tiny. AKA, it'll fit a normal, like, what a normal car should be sized. Don't... Americans, don't try and justify the size of vehicles to me, please. Because they're way too fucking big. If you do, I will assume that you're a corporate shill. Anyways, we were on a small-ish road, and Jinky said, "Oh, these roads are too small to be American." And my first thought was, yeah, they couldn't fit a Ford F-150 that could run over a small child without even hitting a bump. And it's true. They're too big. The trucks and like cars that we have in America, generally too fucking big. Like consumer grade trucks are all about the ego. Everything in this fucking country is about the goddamn ego. You gotta have the biggest truck so people can think that you got a fat hog and high status because you paid $600K with a fucking 27% interest auto loan. That's also over 7 years. It's just crazy. Like, does no one look at the way that things are and go, hey, maybe we shouldn't participate in these systems to continue to incentivize? Maybe we should live more within our means rather than continuing to leverage ourselves to such an absurd extent that, like, it's just normal. Why the fuck is that normal? Why is it normal that we... Sorry, I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. I need to take a sip of water, actually. Like, just bear with me here for a second. In what world do you think, as an 18-year-old, you should be able to pay off your student loans by? 1, student loans shouldn't exist. You know what? I am gonna re-roll this. Wow, it's still... oh, god damn it. Cursed Eye. Cursed Eye, why the fuck are you here? Please. This is what I get for re-rolling. I don't have enough items unlocked, so everything ends up being Cursed Eye. Anyways, in what world should an 18-year-old be able to take a $60,000 debt? In what world should an 18-year-old be able to gamble away all of their life savings and like leverage debt like that into like Kalshi? We're really normalizing gambling and like life ruining decisions. Gambling and debt to such a degree. I don't have enough range to actually be able to hit anything here. Anyways, in what world should... Fuck. Should somebody be able to ruin their life by the age of 18? Like, you literally become a legal adult and then just... that, like, can completely ruin the rest of your life? You can leverage yourself into hell. Literally instantly. I know I'm not the only one that looks at these systems that we have at play and go like, man, what the fuck are we doing? But it certainly feels like it. Although I know I'm not alone. I know that I'm not alone in this. We don't need to buy new vehicles. There are good vehicles on the road. It's like, sure, you can be like, well, I just want something that'll work. You know how many cars roll off the lot that don't fucking work? That are already designed to fail? That are already, like, 50,000 miles from a total collapse and still cost an arm and a leg? Like, why the hell are cars as expensive as they are? The computers in them? No fucking way those computers cost that much. Hang on. Let me hit up my my computer science buddies and be like, hey, can you get Linux on my fucking... Can you hit me up? Can I hit you up to completely change the software that my car uses? This is why right to repair is important, by the way. You should not void your warranty. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. You should not be, like, void your capability to repair your vehicle because you say, actually, this, I don't want 6,000 like bloatware apps on my car. The thing that I use to, like, the GPS is really the only thing that I have any interest in using in my car. Like, GPS and, like, a radio. I don't even want streaming services in my car. I'm done with that. I'm done with streaming services. I want a CD player, I want a radio, and I want to listen to, like, whatever heartful, thought out playlist a radio DJ put together. I don't want to hear the top 40 shit. I mean, this is where old man yells at cloud. I don't want to listen to top 40 shit every time I get in my car. I want to listen to a variety of music. I want to listen to some stuff that I've never heard before. If I want to hear the hits, like, I'll switch to the hit station. But primarily, what I want from my radio station is I want local stuff made by somebody who really loves the music that they put into their playlists and, like, tries to keep a cohesive message through it. What I want is somebody that can actually articulate themselves through music. Through these other... Like, it is a form of self-expression. Who's texting me? That's my little sister. That's cute. She sent me a picture of the two of us doing a cute sibling pose. Anyways, I'll get back to her in a minute. I gotta finish the rant. I gotta finish anger posting first. Oh good, teleport. That's what I need. More teleportation options. Shouldn't have picked that up yet. Anyways. Where am I going with this? I've completely lost my train of thought now. What was I saying? I obviously I'm just anger posting. Like, it's not just old man yells at cloud type stuff. I don't want companies controlling my life. I want other people to influence my life, but I want it to be like, you know, when we lived in small communities and, like, everybody kind of is different but has that similar upbringing. I want something like that. I want something where it feels real. Like, even if it's a reflection of a reflection, that reflection is still authentic in its true, like, in its form. You know? I want it to be authentic in the way that we as individuals, even if we did not create the thing itself. Oh, Libra. Okay. That's actually kind of big for us. If only we could have gotten that on our last run. The one with soy milk. Anyways, that might be a run saver type pickup. Wow, we do damage now? Holy. Like, I want to experience human to human connection. I don't want to just experience the irony of memes. I don't want to just experience like whatever corporate interests would push upon me. I want somebody to listen to something and be like, look at how cool this is. Look at, here's how it makes me feel. That's what I want. I'm tired of living in a cold, unfeeling world. I'm tired of all of the edges being sanded off for the sake of next quarter. I'm tired of, I mean, isn't this what like Severance is about? Kind of. We sanitize ourselves. Well, I think that's kind of like the base principle of it, right? Obviously I haven't seen it, because that would require me consuming media, which I need to do. I want to watch the Fallout show. That's the one that I specifically need to spend time watching, because I've heard good things. The stars are calling. Yo. New phone, who dis? Where am I going here? Yes, I want to experience things that other people actually feel on and like think on. Because it's very easy to be like, I don't know that much about it, whatever. I want people to percolate on ideas and art and like experiences. I want people to coalesce their thoughts into something more than just, haha, it funny, haha, it make me feel good. Haha, it make my penis feel good. Haha, good goon material. Like, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to live in this weird sort of hellscape that the touchscreen well, not generation, the generation of touchscreens. I won't say, it's not meant to be an insult on people who use touchscreens. It is the most prevalent technology of our day. What I'm saying is, like, we as humans have not adapted fast enough to be able to like deal with having this much information at our fingertips at all times, and like we treat it very normally, or like it's commonplace, but really, like in areas where you can get the internet, like that's it, that's the extent to the connection. I gotta concentrate on this and not teleporting out. Oh, thank God, an angel deal. More flight and HP? Yes, please. Oh, I can't even fight the angels yet. I've lost so many runs in a row that I've completely forgotten where we are in the progression on this save file. For anybody that doesn't know, I have Dead Godded on my first file, but it was on the most recent branch because I had to get I wanted to 100% achievements, but the most recent branch is what added the newest achievements and like also broke a bunch of shit. So anyways, I did that. I have Dead God in spirit, but because I rolled back branches because the beta for after, what is it, Repentance Plus actually kind of dookie, because it's actually kind of bad. Or like broke things. I think I tried to launch a run and it crashed like 6 times, and I rolled back and it worked, and I was like, okay, what the hell? Why is it broken? Anyways, one of these days I'll go back and try and do a Tainted Lost. I need to do 2 more wins on Tainted Lost and, well, specifically for Tainted Lost, Delirium, and I think we did the Beast. I think it's Tainted Lost, Delirium, and Mother, which both bosses fucking suck, and I hate them. I just do not enjoy range down. Oh, good. But yeah, I don't want to go back to deal with that shit. I really don't want to. Sure, I'll keep that. It's so, I already did it, and having to do it again is really not appealing to me, just for a sticky note to look like I've completed it. That's a weird tongue feeling. Completed it. Not something that feels smooth on the verbal processors. What was I saying? Somewhere in here, I've also lost another train of thought, too. I'm kind of done talking about that, so what does it matter? Ooh. That's not good for me. I'll take Little Horn. I'll take Dead Cat. But yeah, let's take a step back to the college conversation, because that's the one part that I have retained, and there's more depth to be drawn there. Why the hell does it cost that much? Why the hell does it cost that much, and why the hell is it normal for somebody who's just completed high school to have to leverage themselves like that? Oh, I got Guppy. Oh, okay. Like $60,000 in debt so that you can earn pretty much the same wage as you did. And because the market isn't moving because the buying power of money has gone down in the time since the boomer generation. Like I try not to blame everything on the boomer generation because it is not just their fault. But it's really easy to be like, man, fuck you guys. I don't feel like you get it quite the same way. Or at least a lot of you don't quite understand just how difficult like existing from nothing is in this current state of the world. Can't even get a job, and I don't know how to explain to people who aren't woke, capital W, that ableism is so deep rooted in society everywhere. Yeah. Now, Bo, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Bo and everybody else watching, aka I don't know. I try not to look at the stream during streaming, otherwise it makes me sad. I'm also neurodivergent, and the difficulty that I have with working a job that I find zero fulfillment in, it's I get a level of existential dread that is so difficult for me to properly explain. I wake up on a Monday morning and I go, do I really have to keep doing this for another 60 years? And everybody else goes, yeah, you just gotta deal with it. Well, imagine having to farm for your, like, subsistence farming. I'd rather fucking do that, but I can't. I don't have that option because it takes a fucking insane amount of money for it to even be a possibility. It drives me insane. I can't work a job. That means nothing to me. Exactly. I can't work a job. Well, I can, but it's so difficult to find any amount of motivation to, like, do anything related to work. Like, it's a level of self-discipline every day that I get things done, especially with, like, email stuff. I'm like, who cares? And I work in a field that, like, benefits people, and I'm just like, doing the emails, I'm like, this fucking sucks. I mean, you can deal with it, random boomer, because your brain isn't constantly at war with itself. I'm struggling because I'm disabled. That's the thing. It doesn't match my experience, so it doesn't exist. It's such a common mindset. Like, wake up. Get your head out of your own ass for 3 seconds and go, hey, maybe I should actually care. People have watered down being neurodivergent so much that it's no longer considered disabling in society's eyes. It's on a spectrum, though, too. Here's the thing. It's on a spectrum. And people forget about that part, too. People forget, hey, some people are able to work more, like, certain jobs because it's a hyperfixation. And because, like, they find a level of fulfillment and, like, joy from it that they otherwise wouldn't get in just, like, several other fields that are also just as difficult but are not in that hyperfixation or, like, special interest category. Some autistic people are strong and don't have the same needs as others, and some autistic people need more help and struggle more. Still a disability on paper, so you get government help, but that is it. Yeah. And even then, like, if I tried to explain to anybody, like, yes, I'm neurodivergent and I try to work, like, I literally have to work because if I get disability, it's not enough to live. And my spouse can't work much more than, like, I don't know, some normal-ish amount. They can't make, like, X amount of money or I'd stop getting that disability. So I have to work. I literally am. I have a gun behind my head, and that gun is you get to starve to death on the street. If you don't mask up and if you don't put yourself together for long enough that you can figure out something that works for you. Because, baby, it ain't working for me. I like what I do well enough, but it is a struggle to get up every single day and go, wow, I get to help people and do something that I'm not that interested in. The social safety net is better over here, but it still requires you to live with someone, and the spousal requirements are still just as ridiculous. I believe it. I believe it. We love to pretend that we have things better than with Freudian psychology, but we're not that far beyond it. Psychology is still a field that we are very much learning and is like an evolving field. And just neurotypical people, they have a hard time understanding. Anybody that has a disability or like any different kind of mindset or like neurodivergence, it's just completely misunderstood or still being studied to such a point that it's very, very difficult to properly diagnose people and get them the support that they need. I'm on full disability coverage for my housing and travel, food and rent and stuff, but it is barely enough to get by. I have 50 pounds for myself, which is around $70. That's not a lot of fun money. Let's be real. That's not a lot of... That's a pathetic amount of... I don't mean pathetic, like, directed towards you. That's a pathetic amount of money to give to somebody and be like, hey, get yourself something nice. It's a middle finger. That's like, cool. I'm making beans and rice for myself every day. I'm eating oats for breakfast. I'm eating literally poverty meals every single day. And I make them so that, like, I enjoy them and I find them to be delicious and they hit that slot part of my brain that, you know, it works. But I eat these poverty meals. This is me projecting out as somebody that would have $50 left over. I get to have one nice meal a month. I get to have one nice meal, or maybe one video game. If I want a AAA video game nowadays, I have to save 2 months in advance for it. Saved up a lot of fun money to get my Switch 2 and cut down a little on my food spending. I like snacks and monsters and consider that part of my food budget. But that's part of that is you having a good budget and like accounting for your needs in that space. Just like, okay, well, if I eat just rice and beans and I eat just oatmeal and I skip lunch, then I'm hitting my nutritional needs. And I get $200 a month fun money. Like, Okay, cool. Awesome. Fantastic. $200 doesn't buy shit in this economy. I love budgeting. It's like all I do. I actually quite like budgeting. My spouse and I have been doing a budget consistently for the last little while. And while they've been making a little bit less because hours at their job have been less consistent, which equals less money income wise, we're still saving a good chunk of. We live very frugally. We drive one car. We do have a work van that just guzzles gas that we just don't drive because I think I've talked about it a little bit before. We're gonna do van life, but I think we're just gonna turn it into more of an adventure van kind of deal and like be like, hey, this is where we're gonna sleep for like 2 weeks camping, or like car camping in a city because it's fucking expensive to get other stuff. It's expensive to get a hotel and like, I'll say, reasonable accommodations in a large city now. It's like $200 a night. That's crazy. If I make bulk pasta and eat just pasta for 3 days straight, I can maybe have a pizza at the end of the week. Like one weekly eat out and it being a pizza, like I don't, obviously, like, yeah, pizza's great. Obviously, I'm a fan of it. It's just the quality of life that we choose, and I shouldn't say we, but the government chooses for us to have is fucking pathetic. Like, I'm not saying you should be able to eat out at like a Michelin starred restaurant every week. That should be that should be a reward for you being a doctor. But like everybody should be able to experience that quality of fine dining at least like once a year. It should be something that you can. I'm just saying, like, doctors specifically, because anybody in healthcare deserves to be treated so well, because healthcare is a fucking nightmare. Anyways, like, getting one $20 pizza a week because you ate cheap meals through the rest of the week, that's sad. And it's like the safety net is meant to catch people and like provide them a good life, not just a pathetic subsistence existence. Subsistence existence is what I mean to say. All of what I'm saying is directed upwards, I should specify. It is not about me like ranting, oh, you're disabled, you don't deserve nice things. Fuck that. It's very sad, but you know, I have my Switch and video games and my Monster energy drink. At least, like, finding contentment in what you have is an important skill, for sure. I'm just, all of my anger is directed upwards at the people who move at a snail's pace and do not ever change with the times. And believe, like, if you ever need assistance, then fuck you. Not a lot I can do as a trans disabled person in the UK. I'm reliant on other people making a stink for me where they can. It's a political climate where I'm very scared. And I don't live in an area that has a lot of community. Understandable. Like, the only trans person I know is my hairstylist. And that's a queer solidarity, baby. Just the fact that you know even one other person in your community that you can be like, I know that this person is with me because we share this intersectionality. And even then, you don't fully know unless like you are close friends and constantly having deeper discussion about such things. Like you never really know somebody because like there's so many people that fall to the 24-hour news cycle and like the harmful rhetoric that spewed like, well, maybe I'm one of the good ones type mentality, you know? Anyways, because I present as normal, because I trans, not trans, because I come across as somebody that does not have this intersectionality, that I do have, I feel it's very important for me to be vocal in spaces, just be vocal about it in general. Which is why I complain about everything so much. It's because I care. I care deeply about the people in the world, and I care deeply about everything that happens, and I want the best. I want good lives for everybody. It should not be a hot take to have compassion and care and love for the people that surround us. All I want is other people to see others suffer and go, hey, maybe we could prevent that. Because it's so easy in this modern era to just be like, I'm just going to stick my head in the sand and pretend like none of this exists, or to be actively hostile towards something you don't fully understand. Like, I'm just gonna use this as an example. I bear no ill will towards this community, of course. Like the amount of vitriol that we see for the like the furry community, is kind of baffling. It's just like, unless I don't think that these people are harming the animals that they like, pets or anything, as en masse. I don't think they deserve hatred for something that they enjoy. Like the idea of like having an animal that you connect with and you feel represents you. Like obviously, it doesn't matter what you're into. Every community has its freaks and weirdos. But I think that's more of a like person to person basis. And when I say freaks and weirdos, I specifically mean like people that should probably rein it in just a little bit for the people that are around them and are like not quite so into it. Like you deserve a place that you can let loose, of course, but I think you have to cultivate that and not just do it at all times. Like being loud and proud about an aspect of yourself, good for you, but please, I just ask that we keep it at a level where I'm just gonna use a real life example of mine. where when we're working at the call center, you aren't sitting at your computer chair yipping to yourself and like literally howling in your chair. Like please don't be doing that. Like if you have your furry stickers all over your cubicle, all over your stuff, it's not my stuff. What do I care? But we do share this environment, and I would like to not be subject to hearing you howling 2 cubicles over. Just as like a respect of the shared space for me. If you want to do that at home, I 100% for it. You want to do that with your partner in a place, or like let's just say, if you want to do that in a place where everybody is like, hell yeah, brother, go for it. I want you to do that. I want you to feel that you have this ability. However, I am at work and I'm forced to be here. Please don't make my experience sitting here that much worse, because like I don't even have that big of a problem with it. I just don't want to, like, I'm sitting here typing. This is based in reality. I'm sitting here typing a way to fix Microsoft fucking Office to somebody who's really pissed off at me. I would really like to not hear you growling to yourself, like literally growling like a wolf to yourself every 15 minutes or so, and yipping, like, not 15 minutes. It's like at least once every minute. And like I'm pretty sure it was a verbal tick, but I'm begging you. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this office, and I don't want to be doing what I'm doing. I don't want to be subject to your whims simply because we share the space and I have no option to leave. That's the extent of this conversation. It is okay to be who you are, but please do not hold other people hostage to your to like what you're doing. It's so my spouse and I have been to a couple of different restaurants where people think they're funny and hold the waiter or waitress hostage by making just terrible jokes at them. Like, do you think we like giving people suicide pass type questions of just like, oh, do you think we look like siblings? What if we were and we made out in front of you? It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing this to this poor person who's at work? Don't subject people who are just trying to make ends meet to your bad jokes. It's one thing if you're like bringing it up to your friends where they can be completely honest with you, but people who have to like sit back and say to themselves, oh, what the fuck? People that have to sit back and listen to your terrible bit about like, what if, you know, me and my significant other look like we grew up with each other. What do you think about that? Do we look like siblings? Don't give people that are forced to be there suicide pass questions. Just try and be pleasant. Just ask them about their day. Please don't do this to people. A couple of years ago, I was at a gay bar that does like a kink night, and like I didn't know going into it that it was kink night. I was just told, "Hey, we're gonna go to the bar. Do you want to come?" I was like, "Okay, why not? Sure, I'll go to the bar." And like now, I don't want to be rude, but uh, there were some people into like leather kink and like doggy stuff. Like I like leather dog stuff. I don't know how to describe it because obviously I'm not familiar. I'm not very familiar with this scene. Like it's go for it. I do not care. Good for you. But some of the people while we were there were very much interested in trying to like pull people into it who are just at the bar, ourselves included. Like they showed up in their outfits and I'm like, "Okay, interesting. Whatever." The problem comes into when we are sitting at like a table outside and I'm just sitting, like me and the people there are just sitting there like chatting it up, having a drink, and just like commenting on whatever we were at the time. I don't remember specifics, but I do remember, sorry, specifics about that conversation, I should say. I do remember a couple of people just like standing close to the table and like very obviously like staring us down, trying to get our attention. It's just like, "Hi, we're just sitting here. We're just having our drinks. It's cold out here. It's quite cold out here." Because this was in like February or so. Maybe like November. It was like not the depths of winter, but it was pretty cold. Like we were outside in jackets and like hoodies and beanies and the like. And just the people out there with us were in the like leather vest, like the why am I spacing on how to actually describe things right now? Like the leather cross straps with the, what's it called? The like ring in the middle. And they're out there with us and just staring us down and like obviously trying to get our attention. And it's like, yeah, whatever, we're like the meme of just like, "Cool." It goes back to talking. And this group just kept trying to get our attention, and like a couple of them came over at a couple of different points, just like on hands and knees trying to like do the dog thing. And like get our attention, and just, it's, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't subject don't force people who are not interested in what you're doing into what you're doing. It's a pretty obvious consent line there of just like, "I'm not interested." I shouldn't have to verbalize a no in that situation for you to know that the consent isn't there. And again, it's like I don't care. I really don't care. Don't drag me into it. Anyways, that's fine. Like, you can be a dog. You can be a leather. Is it like, I don't know what the fuck the term is. Like, I'll just say leather mutt. I I don't fucking know what I'm saying. If you want to be a dog, be a dog. Just don't show up in public and expect people to be enthusiastic about being a part of it. That's pretty much the extent of that there. What am I trying to say? Be nice. Be considerate. Be understanding of other people. And especially, like, just specifically if it's something... Like, I know we showed up at Kink Night, and that's kind of on us for being there. But it shouldn't be like it's your fault for showing up in a space that you were not aware of being my first instinct to say is unaccommodating for you this night. It's just like showing up. The way I want to relay this is it's like showing up to a bar and then somebody continually trying to like beg for your attention and you just being like, "Oh man, I'm not really interested here." And then them just continuing to show up. It's like I don't want to I'm trying to preserve the vibes of this establishment. I really don't want to yell at you. I really don't want to make everybody's night that much weirder or worse because I tell you off. That's where I land on that. That's where I try that's where I'm trying to be, is just like, please just let me please just let me be here. I think we do open this other chest. Ooh, matchbook? Okay. You know what pisses me off? I talked about this last night a little bit. Invasive species and just how ready people are to plant them fucking everywhere. Like, we're so willing to say, please don't kill me here. We're so willing to say, hey, this looks pretty. Surely it won't devastate the local ecosystem. Looks at Kudzu. Oh, maybe it will devastate the local ecosystem. Hey, have we considered not doing that? But here's the thing about Kudzu as well. It is highly edible. Why didn't I use my two of diamonds there? We really need to be a little bit more in tune with our natural world. That's my gripe. we don't consider the ramifications of our actions in the long scale. Like, we bring a bunch of species over that thrive in similar climates, but because they have no natural predators, we end up with an ecosystem that is devastated and like overly inundated with these invasive species. Like it's the Bradford pear. I fucking hate the Bradford pear. Like, sure, it's pretty for like 2 weeks sooner than any other tree, but it just smells like fucking cum. It smells like somewhere between rotting fish and just like stanky ass semen. It smells like a teenage boy's bedroom after they've had nothing to do all day. Ooh, that's good. And I'm fucking tired of it. The last like the first time I noticed it, I was like, "What the hell? Why does this tree smell like cum?" And now every year I'm like, "Why the fuck did we plant these? They don't even look that good. They don't even look that pretty compared to anything else." We're on depths 1. Oh, let's fight the boss real quick then. Like, there are native species around here that I would much rather see than the fucking Bradford pear. It's not that pretty of a tree. It stinks to all heaven, and we don't even like get anything out of it. Although, I have seen some videos by Justin the Woods, I think is his name. He's like a TikTok style guy. I don't watch TikTok. I've only ever watched his short form content on YouTube Shorts. But anyways, I like his longer form content more because he does a bunch of different like, I'm going to make a bowl out of this tree. And I think that that's fascinating. I'm going to make a bowl out of this tree and also ice cream and to tell you a bunch of facts about this tree and like focus on our local ecosystem. And also as like a fellow Utahn, I I think he's a Salt Lake native or like around the Salt Lake area because I have seen a couple of the places that he is and I'm like he might be in like Ogden, but he's in the same central area as I am. Anyways, that guy makes some great content that is like actually educational. Like it's edutainment in its purest form. And I don't think he would ever get like the kind of sponsorship that he has of just like edutainment of like I'm a woodworker and I talk about local ecosystems and how important they are because they don't that stuff doesn't make money. If it doesn't make money, it does no one cares. And aka no one is the shareholders. But he reminds me a lot of like a Red Green Show type figure. Less comedy and more like just general edutainment. I love that kind of stuff. Like, please continue to tell people how important our ecosystem is. And please tell people about like all of these different I should specify I did not learn about the Bradford pear through him. I've known about the Bradford pear for years since like at least high school, like 10 plus years. Specifically, it specifically comes up when I talk about high school because I had very specific uh I had a route that I walked home from school every single day, and it was littered with Bradford pears. And during the height of spring, it would stink. It just fucking stunk. It was a it was miserable. Well, I shouldn't say miserable. It was not very pleasant. It was not very pleasant at all to be like, ah, yes. I love being inundated with the smell of these nasty ass trees because I have no option, and because this place that people live decided, hey, groundskeeping, you know what? The Bradford pear, it's cheap, it's easy to get, it doesn't, it fucks with everything, and it makes everything gross. Who cares? It's not just the grounds that are affected. It's gross. Everybody everybody in the vicinity suffers from this. I didn't ask for you to grow this stupid tree. I don't want you to grow that stupid tree if you did ask me. Again, I hate the fucking Bradford pear. And it's not just because I'm like, fuck something that people enjoy. I'm a Grinch. I hate when people have fun. No, it has an actual impact on other people. Like, it's one of the highest pollinators in the region, so it not only does it stink, but it activates everybody's allergies. So now they have to deal with that too. Like, fortunately, I do not get crazy allergies. I do get a little sniffly during this time of year, which I apologize for the amount of sniffling that I do get up to on stream, but it's just like, man, these people that have allergies really suffer because of like hay fever and like all of this other bullshit. Specifically because we grow stuff that like fucking produces way too much pollen in an area that it shouldn't exist, and I'm gonna say, probably uses way too much water for the region that we're in. Like, I live in Salt Lake. I've talked about this numerous times at this point. I live in Salt Lake, and boy howdy, I hate how much grass we have here. And it's not because I'm like, man, lawns are... I hate that people enjoy lawns. But also, I do hate that not that specifically people have lawns and like enjoy them. I hate the environmental impact it has. Although it is less than corporate interest. I need to specify that because it's important. Corporate interests use up, I think, like 97% of the water in Salt Lake. Oh, good. Get out of here. I'm at work right now. I'll pull up with my crew for your next stream. Add me on Discord. Linda987. Get out of here, bot. Be gone, bot. Anyways, I'm trying to say things. In fuck Spencer Cox. That's really where I'm going with this. So let's pull back from that. We should not be growing crops that are so bad for the environment. We should not be growing crops in environments that they can't grow and just soak up all of the fucking water just so that we can sell it somewhere else. Like, The water, when we do that, the water leaves the cycle. We no longer have that water. We no longer have that water and no longer have, like, things are getting dry, baby. Things are getting pretty damn dry. I live in a fucking desert. The Great Salt Lake, I'm sure, I don't know if anybody else has heard these stories, but the Great Salt Lake has a fucking ton of arsenic in it because of heavy industry. And so if it dries up, not only do we have to worry about the local water table being fucked, we also have to worry about arsenic winds from the water no longer holding the arsenic in the, like, in the lake. So everybody vote against corporate interests when given the opportunity. Another big thing around here that I really want to emphasize is just how, like, we need to, like, as consumers, obviously we don't, when only 3%, or like I think it's like 90, it's a very, like 90% is corporate interest and 90% is going to farmers, specifically mostly alfalfa farmers. Like, obviously we got to have crops. We grow food. We got to be able to be sustainable on a local scale. I don't have a problem with, like, growing food that works in this environment for ourselves and, like, shipping out some of the excess and or like drying it and making sure that, like, preserving it, ensuring that the nutrients that go into that crop continue to provide for somebody else. But when it goes exclusively to the beef industry and, like, what's it, and, like, to oil barons in the Middle East, that's when I have a problem with it. Because, like, beef is delicious, sure, but we should not be growing, like, cattle is not something that we should be raising to this extent in this area. We should be looking at similar environs and looking at the fact that they raise, like, ungulates like sheep and goats and be like, hey, maybe we should do that too because they can survive off of the natural flora and fauna better. Not go, it's land, it's for beef. Beef is better. I want my steaks. Lamb is delicious. Goat, mutton, all of it is super good. And it gives you the secondary crop, or not crop, the secondary market of wool. Oh no, but wool, like, you make more money with beef. Fuck off. It shouldn't always be about money. Economics shouldn't always be about what can make me the highest, what can give me the highest yields at any given moment. It needs to be something more than just number go up, number always go up. I was talking with my spouse about this earlier today. And I was just like, we need to actually, like, focus more locally on this kind of stuff because it's so important. Especially in an environment that people, like, we have a pretty large amount of people in a relatively small amount of space comparatively in the Salt Lake Valley and in the region. It's quite a bit. Maybe we should worry about that and, like, try and be able to feed more of our people in this locale with local foods and local, because, like, Salt Lake, we ship in an insane amount of food. I think I saw a statistic that was like 90. It was like 80 or 90%. I can't quote this, so obviously don't use this in an argument with anybody. But to what I remember, IIRC, uh, we ship in a lot of food. We live in a desert. We should be trying to grow things and like utilize the local ecosystem and like the capabilities of the local ecosystem more. Like, if I recall correctly, a lot of the like this environment is very similar to the Mongolian steppes of just like high mountains and a lot of like deserty plain where various animals of different makes like bison roamed through this region. They didn't settle here. They just kind of like they just kind of came through for the greener pastures when they could. And we like we obviously can't sustain hunting. Like if everybody in the valley hunted, we would decimate the local fauna. They would simply like there's a reason that we actually do things like ecosystem management in that regard. And it's a lot of it is to preserve the the great vastness of the United States, like natural beauty and natural preserves to like wildlife preserves, which we've done a terrible job in hindsight. Like, let's be real. Things are not good in regards to local native animal populations. Not in a very good spot. I think again IRC. This is not something that you should quote to your besties without doing research. I'm maintaining stream of consciousness while playing a video game, so don't take anything that I'm saying as if it's gospel, please. Please just like the statistic I was going to bring up. Yes. The statistic I was going to bring up is if everybody suddenly started hunting local wildlife, we would essentially cause an extinction level event within like 3 months. Like there is not a sustainable enough population of of all of these different creatures that we would end up eating and like hunting to be able to sustain like these populations would become extinct, and it would just be a matter of like there are too many humans unable to fully feed themselves kind of deal. You know what? That's free 3 spirit hearts. We'll take that. So anyways, I learned something similar to that statistic, and I was like, oh, so like apocalypse media is very much about like it's always about farming. Where my bitches at? What's up, Daft? How are you doing? I'm right here. What do you need, King? What was I talking about? Apocalypse Media. Fought an elf man all night. How did that end up going? Did you have a fun time? Do you feel like it went well? Do you think you guys will continue to work your way through the bosses in your static? What? I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the raid tier that you're on. What is it again? It was all right. It's not a static. The static is the group. It's the... What the hell? Difficulty level? What's the name of the difficulty level? Savage. That's the one. Savage rating. Do you think you guys are going to get through all of the Savage content before they make it easier mode? I have faith in you. Hope so. You're a gamer. You just gotta apply yourself a little bit. I believe in you. Not a capital G gamer. That is a slur. Also, the easy mode is patch after next, so you have more time. Okay. That's good. I'm glad for that. I'm glad for you. I'm sure Knife would love to talk about it, but Knife is working tonight. Also, hang on, I got a message from them. Oh, they get to leave. Yippee! They may get to pop in for the last little bit of the stream. Yippee! Yippee creature. Is that the... I love that fucking thing. People be like, what do you do when... What do you say when you win at something? I go, yippee! And just think of that creature every fucking time. I love it. It's such a silly... It's such a silly thing. We need more... Can we get more Dat Boys, please? Dat Boy is one of those things where it's just like... Can we get more authentic memes of that nature? Like, sure, it's... Everybody was like, fuck Dat Boy. It's a stupid meme. It doesn't warrant anything. It doesn't elicit joy. It's just like, it doesn't need to. It's a simple kind of meme. It's like the fucking Budweiser was up. Ad hell. I'm sorry, Deft. Welcome to Ad hell. I wish that I could... I was bitching about this earlier, actually. Just that Twitch ruins watchability for anybody that... while they get the Ponzi scheme money. Like, I sit here every day, and I toil, and I earn my 3 cents of ad revenue, maybe. And then I... Oh, I shouldn't use that. There's extra red hearts on the floor. I toil for 3 hours after work every day. And I get all of my viewers hit with ads so that they don't want to stick around just for the sake of Oh, sorry, I gotta do the biggest stretch. Woo! Just so that if you click on the stream, you don't get hit with an ad right away. Tell me how that makes fucking sense. It disincentivizes actually watching on Twitch. Well, it really incentivizes subscribing. Sorry, getting back to my sister here. What am I saying? Twitch just hates small streamers. They extract the wealth from their streams that they can. They dangle the carrot in front of you of like, but you can make money doing it. You can make money streaming on Twitch, when in actuality, like, only really like the top 5% of people make enough to be able to dedicate their time to it, like full time to it. And even then, you're in the streaming mind. You are streaming like 8 hours a day, at least 5 days a week. Some streamers stream every single day that they can for like 6 hours. 7 times 6. That's what, 42? What? Am I stupid? Hang on, calculator app. No, that is right. I remember my times tables. It's not even that fun of a job in the end, even if you make money with it. Exactly. Like, you stream 6 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you make like a pretty good wage. You get paid playing video games, but it's so contingent on like if anything good comes out that month, if the people that you are watching you continue to support you. Like, it's a continual process, and if you miss like even a week, it can really, you can be in financial dire straits. As a streamer, you can pretty much never take vacations or other breaks because the audience is always looking for something to replace you with if you're not there. Exactly. It's exactly that. It's you're right on the precipice of like ruin, and you're staring down into this pit, and the person behind you is ready to step up as soon as you lose your footing. As soon as you, like, I look at Northern Lion stream specifically because that guy gets to take like 3 vacations a year, 4 vacations a year. That's pretty good. That, like, he's in a really good spot, and he makes like, I don't even know how much money that motherfucker makes a month. He has like 10K viewers consistently. Ad money alone has to be enough that he's making, I'm going to say, at least 3K USD in ad revenue alone, before subscriptions, before anything else. And on top of that, he also has YouTube where people watch that, and he makes the money off of the ad revenue too. Like, he's not like millionaire Bugatti type shit. But that guy lives a very comfortable life financially. My guess is if he said, you know, guys, I made enough money, I can retire right now, I wouldn't be surprised. He's what, 30? He's 37? Being able to retire at 37 is a pretty good fucking gig. But I think he would go crazy. And like with a lot of With a lot of stuff in this field, the security is the biggest thing. If you're... Bro, he's stuck with me. Yeah, Daft and I... Daft is my sword. Both of us are chained to each other at the ankles. And, we've lost the key. But, what am I saying? Yeah, like, I do this for fun. And it's just the idea of people from all over the globe being able to tune in and, like, listen to me ramble. That's awesome. I love that. The interconnection of, like, human life right now is incredible. The fact that I have even one person consistently showing up from the UK, I'm like, hell yeah. That's great. I love that. I love being able to be connected with people through this medium. And, like, the money, I don't make enough. I don't think in the, what is it? We're at almost 4 months of me streaming every day. I haven't even gotten a Twitch payout yet. I think I had like $20 left over from last time I was streaming. And I think I'm at like $40 now. So I'm not making money. I'm not making money from this. What the money that I do make is literally just like Amazon throwing pennies at me every day, being like, dance, dance, dance for your ad revenue. Fuck you. Also, the people that do watch are gonna leave because we force ads down your throat. But, like, I do it because I love it. I do it because I love people and I love being able to connect with people, and even just through the medium like this. Like, I set up the Discord so that people can join if they want. I probably should figure out like a better way to do it, but it's bare bones because I don't care to like be like, hi, I'm a streamer, here's my streamer Discord, here's where we hang out and we play games and we watch movies, please give me your money, give me your money. No, it's bare bones because I want people to be able to join. I should probably set up a couple of different like niche chats just to be like, here's general chat, this is about whatever, this is like gaming, this is outside hobbies, this is like literally being outside. And I'm just like, cool, whatever. If anybody joins and chats, I'm like, awesome, fantastic. I hope that I made somebody's day a little bit brighter or made them think about something that they otherwise would not have. I hope that somebody got to be like, who the fuck is this bald motherfucker? I hope somebody gets to be like, man, I hope this guy shuts the fuck up. I hate this guy. I want to run the whole gamut of human emotions. I should probably start another run of Isaac, right? Yeah, let's do one more. Let's do... You know what? Let's do Kane. I can ramble about this. I'm just... I get very emotive. And I want to just, like, be dangling my hands around. Anyways. Like, this is probably a little TMI, but whatever. I grew up not being connected to a whole lot of people and very, like, socially isolated. So the fact that I can be like, I have friends and they're all in the computer, or like people that even think about me in my computer, that's awesome. I love being able to be interconnected with more people in this world because I've lived in an environment where I haven't had that opportunity. And like everybody I've been exposed to socially is extremely religious and generally intolerant of things that do not fit their niche worldview. So being able to like scream into the void of other people, like other life experiences, and learning more about that, I fucking love it. I love hearing about other people's life experiences, and I love getting the opportunity to just hang out. I love being a jester, the slop jester. I'd be making the slop. And it's just like the whole vibe that I'm trying to cultivate is it's just a hangout. We're just hanging out. There is no financial incentive for me to really be streaming, but I've been doing it for this long because I love doing it. And because I want people to feel like if they have no other place in this world, they can come shitpost in my chat. At least that's my basic idea here. That, and I do want to do video editing, which is just like it's a fun little hobby. I make the videos because I think they're funny, and if other people click on them, cool. But I'm not gonna get it big. I'm not gonna hit it big like this, not unless I severely change like everything about my personality and like the way that I get animated. Because generally, I don't get animated about things unless I'm passionate about them. And here's my thing. I get passionate about inequality because it makes me angry. And it makes me go, hey, that's fucked up. And I get passionate about like art. I get passionate about like the idea of art and what it means to like be a human because of my interest in anthropology and my interest in like human connection. It's why I got the degree that I did. Not that it's like again, anybody, well, maybe I shouldn't say this. It is a bit ableist. I think that if you set your mind to it, anybody can get a degree in a field that you're passionate about. Like, you are capable of doing so mentally and like I'll say effort wise. Sometimes financial situation, like I understand more than anybody, the financial situation, it's just not feasible for many people. Leveraging like many years of debt for something that you're passionate about that may or may not earn you money, bad. Generally not regarded as a good thing. And sometimes, and because of that, we just gotta survive. We gotta survive as is. Like, I got really lucky with my student loans that my really shitty grandma died right as I was about to have to start paying them back. And I know that sounds terrible. She was a terrible person. I really don't feel bad. I hope she's I hope she's with Reagan rotting in hell. Okay, maybe that's a little bit maybe that's a little bit overly hyperbolic. But she wasn't a good person, and she caused a lot of like generational trauma to both my parents and like me. So it's just like I don't really have any fondness for her. Anyways, her like essentially I got an amount of money that I will not disclose that was like pretty much just short of paying off my student loans. So I went into debt and was like, well, shit, I have my degree and now I'm unemployed. Because I graduated and then moved across the country, and I moved into the DMV area, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, with just a bachelor's degree into a, like, I'll say a medium-sized city, like a very progressive medium-sized city. And I think the only employment that I could have gotten there was like bussing tables and doing waiter work, which was not going to pay off my student loans unless I dedicated like 100% of my paychecks for a full year. And I was fortunate enough to be in a situation where that would have been plausible, but it would have been a pretty miserable existence. Also, hang on, my knife just got home. I'll be right back. Okay, apologies for interruption. Rip Grandma. Rip Grandma, you're dead now. Daft, I think your stream may be very delayed here. I would recommend you refresh your page, perhaps. Unless you're just getting around to saying that, which I completely understand. Oh no, I've been waiting. Okay, just making sure. I'm just looking out for you. If you want the live chat experience, which I would hope you would do if you're on twitch.tv. Anyways, as I was saying, like, I graduated into a shit-ass job market where all of the jobs are service jobs that do not pay you very well, or you go into medical, which drains your soul. Which I am medical adjacent, actually, currently, because it was, to explain, I essentially got the job that I did in university back because I was looking at my former employer, now employer's website and was like, oh look, that's the same job that I had before, after applying for jobs for like 5 months? Maybe not 5 months. Off and on for 5 months. But like, I was not we needed health insurance. And the health insurance that we had was simply not feasible. So it wasn't a situation of like, oh yeah, I want to I don't want to work in this environment of like, I don't want to be a waiter. Because let's be real, I do not have the temperament for a waiter. I can barely I can barely put on a face for the stream, and I love being here. Can you imagine me waiting your table being like, welcome to Jerry's Family Diner? Interested in you in the Jerry Burger today? Like, I'm not bubbly. I don't have the natural, like, whimsy or bubbliness. And the laissez-faire attitude, let me be real, people do not fuck with that for their wait staff. Unless it's a femme-type personality, I don't think. Like, people are really into the goth aesthetic, and I'm not goth enough for that either. Hi, Knife. Got out of work early. Yes, we stay pogging up in chat for that. Especially since it's one of those days where it would have been 2 long days in a row. Oh yeah, what am I doing here? Yeah, that would have been not the most pleasant experience. Like, essentially, well, you did get off a little. This is just like your Friday. This is like a very nice early Friday. Although I do have to make you get up for work to drive me to a work thing tomorrow. Sorry. I'm torturing my spouse with sleep deprivation through being employed. What a hell. Anyways, we're a little past time, but we're gonna finish this run. Sorry for torturing you. You monster. Yeah. I'm a real menace. I'm a menace to society and all that's good in this world. I will simply tank it. Thank God. Thank you for tanking it. Please get yourself a little treat on me. Oh, by the way, tomorrow is going to be a slightly shorter stream. Simply because I have a birthday party that I want to attend. And it overlaps with usual stream time, and I get off work at a later time than usual. And I have travel time, so sorry, guys. Sorry, anybody that wants to show up. We'll probably cut it an hour short. That I want to be getting going like an hour and a half late to the party. But I am going to show up with a bunch of different root beers. Use Nascent Flesh. Which one is Nascent Flesh? Which one is Blood Wedding? Which ones are these for? Which classes are these for? Give me one Flash. Flesh is the warrior? Okay. I think I've played like one dungeon of warrior. Maybe a small handful. As soon as I learned that what is it? Sorry, we're Final Fantasy posting now. Um as soon as I learned that Dark Knight is powered by uh emotions and loving your friends, I was like, okay, well, this is the class for me. This is my favorite tank. This is my favorite class generally. They need no heals. They are the heals. Good info. Good news. So is Warrior. Oh, is it? Is that is that the secret plot twist? Every class, every tank class is just I love my friends. Well, I should go. Every class is I love my friends. I'm going to fill this role for them. Please elaborate. I showed you my nascent flesh. I think Gunbreaker is powered by being miserable. That's why Thancred is one. Explain explain to me how that works exactly. Forget Paladin because the story was dumb. Well, you are playing Final Fantasy. That's a joke. Please don't execute me on the steps, I know. Paladin is probably fueled by love because it's Graha. Yeah. Guy that knows nothing. Yeah, that makes sense. Super Belied? What is the fuck does that mean? Super Belied is the invuln where you shoot yourself in the head? Oh, so it's Persona. Got it, got it. Daph, did you play the new Persona 3? Speaking of games where you shoot yourself in the head, I have not. Doesn't somebody in the family have it? I think it's. I think Sean was the one that had it. Yeah, okay. I love Sean for that. Sean always has the niche. Well, I shouldn't say niche about fucking Persona. Let's be real. Um, Sean always has the JRPGs. JRPGs and CRPGs. And Metaphor ReFantasio. Is I don't know literally anything about Metaphor ReFantasio. What the fuck is that game about? I mean, I know it's a JRPG. And that's my big problem. I have zero interest in playing. Like I played E33 because other people it got game of the year and everybody I know was talking about it at least a little bit by the Persona devs. I hear it's good. Ads have taken me. I'm sorry, Daft. I wish that I could do more. Unfortunately, this is what they have deemed as necessary. What was I saying? It's niche when he has ROM hacked Fire Emblem. That's true. Sean is the. I love Sean. I want to preface this. Sean is the ROM hacked Fire Emblem guy of our group. And you know what? I completely get it. Fire Emblem kind of fucks. However, it's really hard for me to give a shit about a lot of the stories. Fire Emblem is good. It is. Ike is my man. We love Ike. I love Ike for numerous reasons because he is human fighter. That's the thing about Fire Emblem that I love. The human fighter, it does not matter. The human fighter can match anything that anybody else is doing. Based a character around him. Did he fight for his friends? Yeah. That's a good way to be. Mercenary, be like, I fight for my friends. My friends, dollar bills. Killed mercilessly for them. Yeah, I do love Ike, and like that story is great. Um I really like Fire Emblem 7 story, and I like Sacred Stones is fine. Like it's good mechanically compared to 7. It's just like the story is meh. Like it's got the niche, well not niche. It's got the fun gimmick of I keep wanting to say niche about everything. Y'all hear about this niche game? This niche JRPG? J Tactics game? Have you ever heard of Fire Emblem? mm, I don't think you've heard of Fire Emblem. One of the biggest tactical RPGs of like the last 20 years. I'm just taking hits. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I just thought it was like I very rarely really resonate with the Fire Emblem story. Like I like the Path of Radiance and stuff. And I don't what's the other one? Anyways, it's both of the Ike ones. And then Fire Emblem 7. Those are like the standouts for me, but I played it on my phone. So Roy is a cool dude. Roy and Marth. The two of them are also connected to the Fire Emblem 7 story. I believe Roy is Eliwood and Lynn's son? Who, those are two main characters from Fire Emblem 7. And Fire Emblem, I really like the Fire Emblem 7 story. Like, I cried. I don't know why. I don't remember. It's been so long since I played it. It's been literally 10 years now. Over 10 years now, actually. I remember staying up really, really late on a school night, just being like, I think I'm close to the end of this game. Let's ham it out and finish it. And by the time I finished, I was like crying. Just an absolute mess. Because it was 3 a.m. and like all the story beats hit so much harder when you're tired and just like, no, no, my boy. Also trying to get like supports to work properly. That Fire Emblem 7 is not the most intuitive, but I did enjoy it a lot. Honestly, it's kind of a mess, but like each of the characters and character arcs that I experienced, I was like, these are really good, actually. like the assassin guy or something. His storyline with oh, what's her name? He's also like crazy broken good. Like assassinate is a really good ability for each class. Not for each class, for the assassin class. Just being able to be like, and I kill you is a pretty strong move. You know, usually well regarded in that field. Assassinate saved my ass more than once. It's really good. I think the thing that really like I enjoy it, but my biggest problem is that I want save states. So playing like I played on a ROM hack for 7 and I was like I don't want to repeat the same mission over and over because I'm dumb and I make mistakes. I want to just be like, "Oh, I really fucked up here. I'll just load a state like a couple minutes into the level." Cuz like the once you see the story twist it's just like, "Okay, well, not story twist, but like the map twists." It's just like, "Oh, okay. I understand." So playing on like the Switch and stuff and 3DS and 2DS and the like, just not exactly, it doesn't have the same kind of draw to me because I'm like I really don't want to play. I got 3/4 of the way into the level and one of my favorite characters died. It's either restart the level or uh be slightly be sad forever. Switch got save states. Does it? Like the Three Houses got save states? That's the one I hear everybody talk about the most nowadays. Like Fire Emblem Fates with Chrom, because everybody's like, I want to fuck the twink boy. Which like I get. I understand. I've seen how horny people get for Leon Resident Evil. Three Houses has its own time rewind. Doesn't that one also uh like have a resource? Those are also the kinds of games that I want to play with like one somebody it's like a parallel play kind of game for me. I don't really want to play that game just by myself. I think so. That makes sense. Although saying that it does open me up to being people being like, "Hey, what have you streamed it?" I have streamed it. I streamed Path of Radiance and I think I got a good way into it actually. Did we beat it? I think I ended up watching Sean beat that game. I think it's one of those games where I enjoy like getting the opportunity to engage with the story more than I like actually playing with the game. Which I think there's a lot of those. I think a lot of games like that are why did I place a bomb there? I think there's a lot of games like that where I'm like I'm really interested in the story but I could not care less about the gameplay mechanics. Which you know, that's it's kind of the thing, isn't it? Like a major part of game. You can have a little crash out as a treat. What's up, Yelnats? Good to see you. Yesterday I crashed out playing Mugenics. Fard baby game. Yeah, I can have a little fard baby game as a treat, right? But yeah, I was playing Eugenics and I wiped on literally the first mission, and it tilted me for the rest of the stream. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna play something that I can actually banter over a little bit, because there was none of that going on in Mugenics. It was me trying to figure out tactics, and like that's about it. So sad I missed it. Well, that's the thing. You didn't really miss much because it was just me getting mad like at myself. Eugenics is too complicated. It's not that complicated, but it's a game that you do have to concentrate on at least a little bit. And that's kind of why I don't want to try and play Slay the Spire 2 on stream anytime soon. At least not until I've played a little bit and have like the game under my belt a little bit. I may play a little bit of Mugenics off stream just for that, honestly. Fucked up that the turn-based games need the most attention. I know, right? Part of it is like, okay, I want to progress the game so that I can have something to talk about. I think it's a cycle here. I want to progress in the game so I have something to talk about other than just the game. And then having nobody in chat to like talk to because it's either type A or like there's nothing to talk about because, you know, you are type Aing and just like hyper focused on the game still. Why am I walking over the spikes? So you're just like, you're making mistakes. So it's like this cycle of, over and over and over. Streaming is the hardest job in the world. It is known. Khaleesi. Streaming is the hardest job in the world. Construction work? That's a fake job. Who needs to build? Stupid ass idea. Why would we ever need to build? I'm not gonna fight Hush. No, it is the hardest job because there's like only 1K streamers making more than minimum wage. Yelnats, you're gonna get the greatest hits of today's stream right now. I was bitching about this earlier because ads, it's just like nobody gets the money from, like, I don't get the money from the ads. It's Twitch essentially has me making, like, me and everybody else that has no viewers, like, kill their viewership so that they can get 3 cents per streamer. But because there's like 10 million people who want to stream, it's just like, oh yeah, they make decent money, and then they're still in the red somehow because they'd be like, here's this crazy sponsorship people that actually make us big money, and then they lose money off of it still. I've made more money finding cash outside than I have through ads. Yeah. I have made more money finding like a single $100 bill at one of my minimum wage jobs previously than I have ever made through streaming. And I don't want to act like I'm in it for the money. I'm not. As I've said, I do it because I find it really fun and I enjoy the process, and I enjoy being like here with people and like finding friends essentially. And the money is just like, I don't care. I just want accessibility for like me playing video games and shooting the shit. Get a haircut and get a real job. Failed step 1, I'm bald. I'm just in it for the money. Is that why you were doing React content earlier? Which I want to say that was really good stuff. I thought it was really fun. Kitchen Nightmares is the perfect remix type of stuff. I think it's really funny. And YouTube wagged their finger at me and said, never do this again. Yeah, that's really the biggest bummer. YouTube is really stingy about React content. However, Twitch does not care. Twitch does not give a fuck. Not one shit given, because, whatever. Just like an AA meeting you can go to remove the strike? Really? That's ridiculous. But yes, Yellnats, this week of streams has been, it gets a hang on, let's put it in chat. Mitzi bald. It's a good bald from me. That's the wrong side. Certified bald streamer. Yellnats TV. Anyways, how did you crop that? It's very good. It's a Photoshop. It's a Photoshop job. But really it's just like me moving the thumb ever so slightly towards my face from an actual picture I took for a dating website. from like mid-COVID, so I'm a little pudgier in it. But nobody sees that. It's like a 3-pixel emote. Wow. It wasn't for a website, I should say. It was specifically for somebody I met through a dating website that was like, hey, let's exchange current pictures. And so I sent that. I sent that of me wearing like a hoodie with the thumbs up too. Yup. Yup. You know that's worse, right? Yup. Yes, it is. But you know what? It didn't work out anyway, so what does it matter? It's a funny story and a funny emote. So it makes me laugh at least. I hope it entertains I hope it entertains other people. Anyways, that's the stream today. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate you hanging out. Thank you, Yellnats, for stopping by as well. I think Brongo and Prey are doing Halo again. And that's the two of them playing Halo has actually been really funny. So let's go raid into them. Let's go raid into I think I raided Brongo last time, so let's raid Prey. Yes, I want to see them. Good run you on. Thank you, Yelnats. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I love your content. Please keep doing it. I will harass you, even if you stream when I work. But yes, thank you again. Please let Prey and Brongo know that they need to aim better. Bye. workplace harassment.